Cool. So, hello everybody. We are live tonight with Leah McHugh. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Leah?
It's Leah McHugh.
Okay, so I was very
Close.
close. Nothing to do. But yeah, it's great to have you here on Das Matia on the Das Matia podcast. So Leah is a full-time digital nomad, and she founded Get Dirty with Me. I'm really curious to hear everything about this project because it's all about juicy natural beauty and sustainable beauty products.
Yeah, absolutely. It is all natural beauty. The packaging is even biodegradable, so you can use it to plant some plants when you're done with the powder. And it replaces 5 plastic bottles, so reducing waste while also making your skin and hair look nice.
Yeah, cool. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, just like before anything else. How did you get started and what actually are you, who are you serving through Get Dirty With Me, and what is the mission of your brand?
Well, so originally I just made it for myself. I travel full time and I hate checking a bag, so I wanted something natural that wasn't a liquid and didn't need lots of bottles of liquid. So I just started making it for me, and then I had a bunch of traveler friends that kept asking me for it. So it just made sense to start making it for other people. So originally it was made specifically for travel, but it's turned into more focused on the eco-friendly side of things because, you don't have to travel to use it. It replaces a bunch of products in your everyday life anyway. And I use it all the time, whether I'm traveling or not.
So basically, it's a powder that you can use to wash your hair, but you can also use it for your face and anything else.
Yeah, so you can use it dry as dry shampoo, or you can add water to wash your hair, wash your face, wash your skin. It's all I use to wash myself. And then I have another one called Clean All the Things that you can also use on your laundry and your dishes. It literally cleans all of the things, including you.
I love that because I remember like I had a couple of years ago, I think I had this discussion with my friend and she was like, oh my God, all this smart. Because I was asking her if she had conditioner and she was like, I have shampoo. But I was like, but do you have conditioner? And she was like, potato, it's all the same. Like your brand responds exactly to that. It's all the same. So you created this product that you can actually use from head to toe and it's
Yeah.
biodegradable.
Well, and it's funny because like most shampoos actually have skin irritants in them.
Mhm.
That's why you don't use shampoo on your face.
Yeah.
But that just never made any sense to me because you're putting it on your skin. Even if you're not using it on your face, your scalp is still skin. So I wanted something that was good for everything because it's weird to be putting a skin irritant on yourself regularly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was looking on your website, for example, so you had all this information about SLS, and so many people know that because we have like the label, right? Contains no parabens, no SLS. But then if you look on the other side of the product, there are so many ingredients that are as bad
Right.
as SLS. I don't know what so you are now based in the US and you are from Australia. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the regulation is, but I know that in the States, the regulation for beauty products
It's
well,
not very much.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
But in Australia, I think it's a little bit more strict, right? Like in
Yeah, we have
Europe.
a little bit stricter regulations, but even there, it's kind of amazing how little beauty products are regulated. Like I know in the US, for example, that you really only need to test things if they contain a color. Otherwise, you can just sell whatever you want as a testing when you think that this is going on your body. So, but yeah, no. So my stuff. I mean, you could eat it if you wanted to. It wouldn't taste good, but it's safe to eat. So I wanted to try to make it as natural as possible and as safe as possible.
I love that. I love that tagline. It's so natural that you can even eat it.
But don't, because it tastes bad. I have
Okay,
eaten it. It doesn't taste good.
so you tried it, right?
I have tried it. I don't recommend it.
Just taste wise, because otherwise it's just as healthy as anything else.
Yeah, tea tree and clay just doesn't taste that good.
Cool. So you were telling me that you came up with with this product because there was a need for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When was it? Like, can you get us through the story? When did this happen? And basically, how was the process? Because I imagine that you were a regular human being buying products from the beauty shop, and then at one point something happened, and this switch, took place.
Yeah. Well, so I'd been playing with natural products for a while. I don't know if it's the same in Europe, but there was like a no poo trend a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I tried all of that stuff. I tried the baking soda and the vinegar and the shampoo bars and all the things that everybody does when they do this. And turns out none of that's that great for your hair. So I actually, I ended up shaving my hair, all of it off. I had a shaved head to raise money for the Leukemia Foundation. And for some reason, after I got rid of all of my hair, I decided to start playing with my own shampoo formulas. So I actually started researching what people did before shampoo, because shampoo's only really been around since the 1920s. So there are all these ways that people used to clean themselves that we've sort of forgotten in a generation. So I started looking into that, and then I started also looking into the science of hair and what it actually, what's good for it and what's not good for it, and just started playing and and my friends let me test on them, which was.
So you're producing, basically, it's not you personally that is producing this, like you have probably some factory or something of the source, no, that is helping you produce the shampoo?
So in Australia, I was actually hand making it. I'm in the States at the moment to set up a manufacturer, because I want to have it in both sides of the world so I can save a little bit of fossil fuel with the shipping. And make it easier to get to people. So yeah, I'm here trying to get a manufacturer set up for the US. But yeah, the ones in Australia are all me.
Okay, that's cool. That's really, really cool. I don't know why I was mentioning that you had like a big kind of a factory. But it deserves. I mean, like I think that the concept really deserves to be well known, and I think that it's really beautiful what you are doing. There's need for that, and I think that many people are. I personally am trying to find more ways into getting into more natural beauty, and I see that, for example, maybe in Romania is less developed, but like in Germany, for example, we are going more and more in that direction, and people are becoming more and more conscious. So that's
great. And it's funny because I think, there's been a lot of that for skincare and for things like deodorant, but a lot of people don't really think about the things that they're putting on their head. But it's sort of the next logical step if you're trying to use more conscious products.
Yeah, true enough. I was also thinking of the fact that like your hair, because we are thinking mostly of the hair, like just the hair, but as you said, the scalp is a part of the skin, and the nutrients, or not nutrients, just the ingredients are getting really, really quickly absorbed into the scalp.
Right.
And it's close to the brain, and it's very close to like a lot of things that are actually regulating our hormones and so on and so forth. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. And even just like hair health, a lot of that is to do with how healthy your scalp is. So why would you want to irritate the skin on your head?
Because most of us don't know better, but
yeah,
the solution is there. Cool. So you told us that even the packaging is biodegradable. Again, biodegradable. So then you are going into the direction of sustainability. And what does that mean to you? So like, what are some principles, or how is it that you lead your life based on these values of sustainability and ethical conscious living?
Yeah, I mean, so I realized that as a traveler, I'm already like not really doing my part for sustainability, but I do the best that I can when I'm on the road. Certainly plastic usage is something that I'm very conscious of, and I try to minimize as much as I can. So I have a little like kit that I take with me with like a metal straw and some reusable containers and reusable bags. So I'm trying to limit that as much as I can. And then also as far as travel goes, it's just making conscious choices when you're traveling. You can visit a place without destroying the culture and destroying the community there. So I try to travel sort of as much as a local as I can. So, rather than staying in resorts, maybe staying at someone's house, or even just like a local business. I think the biggest part of it is just being conscious of it. Once you're conscious of it, you start making these choices, which you weren't even aware were choices before.
Yeah. I think it's very good that you're bringing into discussion this aspect, because we think about maybe ethical fashion, and I think most people now know that plastic is no good.
Right.
We are starting to like see ways of how we could maybe buy stuff from the grocery store that is not packaged, and just like play our parts in that direction. But isn't it still many of us don't understand, for example, that having a craving, where like I love mangoes and I love avocados, don't grow in Romania. So like that's the fact that I want to have them. That means that they are brought from somewhere, and that has a print, like the carbon print and so on and so forth. And then what you were saying about traveling, no, most of us go on holidays and we just want to have fun, to like deconnect and relax. But we don't realize that we are creating a certain impact on that culture and also on the economy by investing in like big resorts that are already filled with wealth. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, it's a totally different experience as well. I mean, a lot of resorts you could literally be anywhere in the world and it would be the same. Like if you're staying with somebody who is from there and who has grown up there and their family is there, it's like a totally different experience of the place.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it works out. It also works out enjoyably. So it's not really, you're not really giving anything up. It's just a different experience.
No, absolutely. And I think that many people just out of fear, maybe because it's more difficult to like, or just imagine that. I don't think it's more difficult because like we have all sorts of apps that can like really connect you with the local people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a great experience because you get to like not only savor the foods, but also see like the way that people know like the traditions and like the habits of the locals by sharing that with them. So I'm really, really grateful that you are bringing this into the discussion and that this is a part of what sustainability looks like for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, also like you make friends. I have friends all over the world now just from traveling. So it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially traveling full time, I'm very conscious of the fact that like I live out of a bag. So it's very easy to just throw things away because I don't want to carry them. And that was also sort of why I started making this product because, you know, you could just buy these products every time you're in a place and then throw it out a few weeks later and then buy it again in the next place. But like, I don't really want to do that. I try not to buy things just for single use. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, we didn't really go into that part of who you are because you are a full-time traveler. You are a digital nomad.
Yes.
So when did you start having this kind of a lifestyle?
Honestly, I've been traveling on and off since I was like 3. So this was just the next step. But the end of 2014 is when I sort of hit the road full time. So I've been traveling, but I've gone back to Australia, of course. So when I say full time, I guess that's not quite true. But I haven't had a base of operations since 2014.
Okay, cool. It's really interesting. And on the other hand, I have had this lifestyle and many of my friends are still having it. And sometimes it's very complicated because like for me, it was complicated because then I was feeling that like I didn't have the routine that was keeping me grounded. And that's something that many digital nomads I think are struggling with.
Yeah, definitely. I tried to slow the travel down a little bit. So I try to spend just minimum a month in each place. So there is some downtime and there is time to establish your routine and your lifestyle rather than just like going place to place because nothing gets done.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have the time to soak everything now. So like if you're good for 1 month or just in Bali for 1 month, then you kind of like, get the pace of things and
exactly.
Yeah, you don't stay at the surface of things. And I think it's very important to like speak up about this because many people love traveling, but what is it that we love about traveling? I think it's just this like bling bling thing because you you go from one place to the other, but you don't really get into like the nitty gritty, into the depth of what a place is and what it has to offer and so on and so forth. So
and I think you can get addicted to that, something new every day, but it's also very tiring after a while. So I try to spend like a month minimum, ideally more than that, but sometimes you can't because of visas. So
do you do community work when you're traveling? Are you contributing?
A little bit. I don't work with a specific program or anything, but in Thailand, for example, a friend of mine helps with an orphanage there. So I'll go and help with her there. Just whatever I come across when I'm there. I don't do in advance planning or work with a specific program, but I try to get involved where I can.
Yeah, that's cool. So I was wondering if you have any tips for anybody who would like to jump on this sustainable lifestyle starting now.
Just make a single change and go from there. Honestly, that's the easiest thing. It doesn't have to be like an entire lifestyle overhaul. Just change one thing and then go from there. So an easy one would be a reusable straw.
Yeah.
Or just carrying a reusable bag with you. So when you go shopping, you don't need a bag. Just something simple like that. And it's amazing how you want to make more changes once you start doing that, because you realize how easy it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we get like lost into this. There are so many pieces, and sometimes they are moving, and we don't know where to start. And then, as you said, just one step at a time, and then you're gonna get there.
Yeah, well, it can be overwhelming, especially some of those. There are so many blogs where they just make it look so like everything is bamboo and beautiful, and like I can't afford to buy an entire set of bamboo everything right now. So just one thing at a time.
And I don't even know if that's pertinent in any way, you know what I mean? Because like you probably don't need everything. So
Right.
making the difference between what you need and what you like crave because you saw it on social media and somebody's projecting it in this glamorous way of being vegan and
exactly. Doesn't have to be glamorous. just make some small change.
Yeah. Cool. So at this moment of your life, what is your biggest life dream and how does that relate with what you're doing now?
So this is kind of a jerky response, but I kind of am living my dream.
Oh, that's great. I love hearing this. Like, oh, I have goosebumps.
Yeah, this is what I wanted, to be running my own business and traveling. So, I mean, I'd love to grow the business bigger, but that doesn't have to be right now. I'm really enjoying my life right now. It's surprisingly balanced between work and play. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Like the best answer that I ever got to this. Yeah. Cool. So, when you started, what was your principal motivation? So I understood that you wanted to like make things simpler for you. Was there anything else that motivated in taking this kind of a lifestyle?
As far as the travel side of it or the business?
Travel with the sustainability touch.
I mean, I didn't set out with sustainability in mind. That's just sort of something that has come, and I think it probably actually started with an interest in food, and where our food comes from and how that affects the world. And then it just sort of it just went from there. And also meeting people while traveling. I've met some people that run these incredible permaculture farms and doing all these amazing programs in different parts of the world. So it just, there wasn't a one thing that made me be like, I'm going to be sustainable. It was just sort of over time, gradual. And also it's a really big issue in Australia right now. They talk a lot about things like zero waste and reducing our carbon footprint. So I think it was just a bunch of different things that influence that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not a very good answer, but
I think it's very relevant because like you understand that the culture that you are living in and also the privilege, right? Because I'm Romanian, we are from Europe and you're from Australia. So we don't realize how privileged we are. No, I traveled to India and there's a lot of plastic. And people were like, oh, but why are they throwing all this plastic on the floor? And well, because the level of education is there. It's not that they are bad people. It's not that they want to like, do harm on purpose. It's just that they don't know better. We in the 80s, we were the same. We were just
exactly
larger.
Yeah, and I mean, even in the States, there's still a fair amount of plastic usage. It's not like everybody is conscious of their waste production here either.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to mention something else that I forgot. Yeah, and the people that you are meeting in all these travels, know the way that they are shaping who you are, and you are kind of getting a little bit of here and a little bit of there. And it's not that you like imposed yourself to do anything. It just came naturally to shaping your relationships and through the way that you were living.
Yeah, well, and you're seeing your impact,
Yeah,
and you're seeing tourists' impact, and it's hard to ignore.
Yeah. And I like how you are not coming from this space of making other people guilty. It's all about like you and your personal impact, and you know what works for you. Many people who are like, they are watching this the true cost about fashion, and they like throw everything out and they start just one towel all day. And that's not the way to go about things either, because like everything that you invested in up to this moment, if you're just throwing that out,
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a funny, I find that really funny actually, that people do that. They throw away all of their things to be more sustainable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to make it sort of more, because nobody's perfect and no one can be perfect all of the time. So even when I was starting making the products and like people were asking me who it was for, I'm like, well, it's for someone that would do a juice cleanse, but then have like a burger afterwards. You know, like just kind of like balance it all out. You know, do your best.
Yeah.
We can't always be perfect.
No, and that's great. I think that it comes with a lot of relief, because on social media there are many people who are portraying a certain lifestyle, and we have to understand that that's a lens that is creating that lifestyle, and we don't know what those people are doing in their lives. And I celebrate the fact that at least they are raising awareness about these things. Mm-hmm. But then again, each of us can only do that much, and if you are starting there where you are at, it's okay, it's great. You are still making something, and you are still making a difference. So
right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So in terms of business, we're going back to your business. I find it also very interesting. So is this your only stream of income? Get dirty with me?
It is not. I actually, I've been working in e-commerce for like 7 years now. Oh. So I was lucky that I had this this background first, but I still work with some clients on the e-commerce side of things. So I help with e-commerce operations and Amazon, things like that. So that helps fund the other business right now because it's still new. So
yeah, and there's
a lot of initial expenses with products.
Yeah, and it's great that like you are talking about this freely, because I think that many people, they try a little bit something like a great idea that they have, and it's not successful because it takes time and it takes a lot of energy, and they just give up. And don't give up, because like you have to like work. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like with the physical product, you have to invest a lot of money first.
Yeah.
Before you can sell anything, because you have to buy the stuff to make the product. So it's good that I have the service side of the business to fund that part before the rest of it starts making money.
Yeah, so. Absolutely cool. Do you offer like any coaching or mentoring for people who are starting to sell physical products?
I do the boring side of Amazon. I do the policy compliance side of things, not sales optimization. We do have a course if you guys want to know about Amazon policy.
Cool. Yeah, that would be great. Can we find it on your website?
It's not on Get Dirty With Me. It's actually I have a partner for that business. So it's at ecommercechris.com.
Okay.
This website. Yeah.
So I don't have that as a link, but maybe you can send me the link and then we can put it in the description.
Yeah, totally.
This is the website that you have, the Get Dirty With Me.
That's where you can buy the products.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So talking about business, how does business success look like to you?
So this is probably also not going to be a good answer.
It's not good and bad.
I want to fund my lifestyle and I want to make good things. So whatever that looks like, I could certainly work all of the time and build the business a lot bigger and faster, but I don't want to do that. I want a business that fits in with my lifestyle. So I love that I get to build it every day, but I also love that I can just go and do something else every day too.
Yeah. I think life quality is quite important. There was a lot of like this hustle mentality, and it's very it's something that I'm not I can't resonate with that. Maybe because I'm lazy. I don't know.
No, I can't either. Like I don't want to make $30 million in a year. Like I don't need that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's doable. I think you can do that, but without the hustle, I think that, well, for me, it's also like the spiritual part where you kind of plan the things. And if you are serving who you really want to serve, and if you are really creating value, then money and everything else comes. You don't have to wreck your health to do that, no?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of how I think of it. To me, success will be traveling and seeing other people using my products.
Yeah.
Not the dollar amount in my account. So.
Yeah. I think this is like for many people, because I've been having this kind of chats with many people, and there are very few people who are mentioning money in their like
Good.
yes. Because maybe money is just like the you can quantify it, no? And you kind of can say, okay, I'm successful because I made I don't know how many thousands of euros today. But at the end of the day, I feel that there are so many people that are driving with contribution and with the fact that they want really to help, and I find that really, really amazing. I mean,
Yeah, me too. I've seen, I guess, some of my older friends. Um, they're never happy because it's always, well, once I make this much, then I can do this. But then they get to that much and it's like, oh, but if I make this much, then I can do this. And they're actually never doing what they want or what will make them happy, because the benchmark for when they can do that keeps being raised.
mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in a perpetual 5-year plan of being miserable. Yeah.
That was very funny. 5 years, well, making money and being miserable.
Seriously, that's what they do. And every time I talk to them, it's still another 5 years. And like, they're like, or you could just enjoy yourself now.
Yeah.
And still do those things. And like, I think it's setting that benchmark of, once I get to here, then I can be happy. Or once I get to here, then I can do what I want. I don't want to do that. I want to just do what I want.
That's an illusion that many people use. It's not only about money. It's if I'm gonna have this kind of a weight and this kind of lifestyle and this kind of a boyfriend and this kind of a job, then I can be happy. And then
Right.
you run after those stuff. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
But even when they get them, it's still
Yeah.
the next thing and the next thing and the next thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like running after as you said, like you are running after goals that maybe are not even your goals. They are just society imposed. You can't even really like understand that they are not your own.
Yeah. It's like, well, you have to have a house and you have to have a family and you have to do.
Yeah. Well, I think that I'm in the same process, and I think that I understood that for myself, that like as much as you can fuel your own joy within yourself and from yourself, then you can really support also business, and you are like doing everything much more joyfully even when you have like really, really crappy days or really challenging moments.
Right.
It's like, yay, it's part of the process. It's
Yeah,
really
exactly. And then the next time something good happens, it'll be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. So at this moment in your life, your business and everything, like your whole scene of life, what is most rewarding to you?
Probably travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did traveling bring to you?
I am more myself when I am on the road. It's just everything about it is me, even the airport part, which sucks. I've got it down to a science, and I love being somewhere and I have no idea where I am, and figuring that out and meeting people. And you meet such amazing people when you're traveling, which I wish I could bring the same mentality home with me. I don't know what it is, but you're just in a different mental space, and all of a sudden you just meet all of the best people in the world.
Yeah.
And it reaffirms my hope for humanity. Whereas when you're home, you're like, why is this person talking to me?
Yeah, I know. The battlefield for me too is when I'm home.
Yeah.
I travel and then I get really good inside, and then I come home, and that's where the
go right back.
Yeah. Okay, so throughout your life and throughout the process of setting up your business and starting your lifestyle as a digital nomad, who was your inspiration, or what was your inspiration?
There's been a few, actually. So my mom was American, and she moved to Australia. She didn't even know where Australia was. So I think that had a big impact on the way I look. But actually, there was like a very specific catalyst for me leaving the States 4 years ago. I had taken some time off to visit home. And there was something about getting out of that every day, like, because you just get into a routine, right? You go to work, you go out with friends, you go home, and it's just, that's your life. But actually just getting out of that for a few weeks, when I came back, I was like, what am I doing?
Mm.
So then convinced my friend to also leave the States with me. We're like, let's burn it down to the ground. Let's just go.
Cool. So was it like the backpacking story where you just packed stuff and you just left with a backpack?
Yeah, we did. We had I still only travel with a backpack. I'm carry-on only. So yeah, we actually did plan it though. We planned it for like 6 months. We were like, we're gonna save some money. And at one point we're like, we could teach English, but then we were like, wait, we work in e-commerce, we could just do this, but from somewhere else. And then yeah, just booked the ticket, got rid of our lease. I quit my job, she kept working for them, but remotely. And yeah, hit the road.
Where did you first go?
Our first stop was Belize.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Not a bad place to start, huh?
Yeah, it was very nice. We were on an island off the coast of Belize, so it was like not at all difficult to travel.
Great. Cool. So thank you very much, Leah. This was it. And I would like to share with people your website so that they can find you and find information about Get Dirty with Me.
Yeah.
And also your Facebook and your Instagram. And I'm clicking every little button. So cool. Thank you very much. I'm really, really grateful and I'm really, really happy to have had you on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
No, that's it. Just do what makes you happy. Sustainably.
Cool. I love that message. So this was it. We are going to leave you with that.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.